promised that I would give another reading about the Aphrodite archetype, and I received some new information about my physical experience and how it relates to a repeated pattern from that archetype. And basically, I'm faced with a choice. So here's what happened. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I will anyway because it's important, and just want you to know about it. And I don't know, do what you want with it. Where can I start? So as you know, I went to the Baths of Aphrodite to give you a reading about part 2 of the first reading, and connect with that place. But the day before that, I had a conversation with someone who talked to me about something that takes place in my physical experience that is related to Aries and Adonis archetype. This is related to my twin flame. A theme of my previous twin flame came up to be repeated because he was also the same archetype, but this time is different. This time, oh my god, this time is so much more complicated. He fractaled himself energetically to so many women. My previous twin flame started using the dark arts. I had no idea about that until I met my new twin flame, who basically cleared me from what he did to me. And now I find out from a third person that he is trying to do the same with other people to feed off their energy and use that energy of the Aphrodite archetype to empower himself to draw all that energy from these women because he wants more power. And clearly that's what happened with Aries. He's all about power and war and all these things, and this time it's like he is aligning with service to self than service to others, and he's pretending like Adonis did to Aphrodite back then, that basically Aries was the one who took the form of Adonis, and basically he pretended to love her, but he lied to her, and so she loved him so much that she made a deal with the devil of that era to bring him back. But this time, because we're trying to break the loop of what happened, I was given this information, and I'm faced with two choices. My twin flame is now trying to become a goddess energetically and surpass all of his other dimensional versions and become, I don't know how to even explain this, but I have no idea if he's allowed to do this. He somehow threw away all of his gear, energetic gear. He has no communication with his angelic aspect, which is related to also Aphrodite, like the angelic aspect of that. And it's so fucked up because I have no clue what he's doing, and I figured out that, you know, his third eye has an issue. He's being tagged, and he's now working with the other side to gain more power, and he's creating more karma. He's in the astral, and he has a group of women that are of that archetype, and he's feeding off that energy. And then physically, I have no idea if he knows what is taking place energetically, if he can see, if he knows with who he's making deals with, but that's fucked up. Like, it's really fucked up. And so I just wanted to come here and talk about this and help you see how the patterns are repeating, and that we have a choice to break the cycle, the time loop. We don't have power over what someone else is doing. We only have power over what we do with what we're presented with. So this happened, and I'm like, okay, what can we do? That person who told me about what's taking place, she's helping also other women who are in contact and in relationship energetically with this person who has tremendous amount of power, because he should have more responsibility of what he's doing, but I have no idea if he consciously knows what he's doing or that he's just reaping the rewards of his actions. And I think, just like my first twin flame, that he is just manipulated by his aspects, and he's just a pawn. All the goddesses should come together and work together to take their power back. And now this is the choice that I was given, to know about this and to make the choice as a representation of that archetype to break the cycle. But it's hard, because I don't want him to suffer like that. I have no idea if he knows what he's doing. So how is this related in the quantum and collective way? Are you going to be manipulated by that energy? Are you going to believe the lies that Aries is pretending to say to Aphrodite? Are you going to take the bait and give your power away again and be deceived and hurt? Or are you going to change the game or be a glitch in the matrix? Are you going to hack the program and stop the repeating loop? Okay, so I forgot to mention, now this person energetically, he threw away all of his gear, all of his energetic things, all of the good things that he's done so far in his life purpose, and all of the things that he done, because he fell in love with someone who's not related to his life purpose, and he fucked up the timeline by doing that. The story behind that is related to the Germans and Mars, and I don't want to go into that, but I'm just gonna mention, just like he's been used by like a pawn from some beings that are steering him away from what he came here to do. I had to talk about this because many people out there that may know what I'm talking about will find this very helpful. So their energy is being harnessing to feed a program, to feed an agenda that is related to the moon and Mars and the Germans and what's taking place there, because he's now interested in having unlimited power, and he's bypassing things that he shouldn't, and he's not processing things, he's not integrating things. He threw everything away just to be with that person. I have no idea if he's allowed it or if someone is monitoring this game, but from what that person told me, he's kind of allowed to do this. He's not breaking galactic protocols, just because he's creating karma and he's gonna eventually learn from that. But I mean, I don't know. I want to help him, but I can't, because he doesn't want me to. He threw away everything, and he doesn't want to be related to that anymore. So there is nothing I can do, and my option here is to just talk about this experience, because there is a double mission. I have to talk about this while I'm processing it, while I'm going through it, because someone else might find that useful for their journey. I know it sounds weird for some of you, but it's fine. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. So that person wasn't meant to be in his timeline. He cannot graduate through that other person, because he had to be with his twin, the Aphrodite archetype, to integrate the codes and ascend through that connection. Now, my twin is no longer, he doesn't want to do that, and he chose someone who is not even from that lineage, who is not connected at all, who has nothing to do with that, with any of what we're doing here, just because that was the way that they're manipulating him. So they put a pawn there, and he's being used as a puppet by those beings. And I have no clue if he knows consciously about it or not, but he just likes power, so that's what they're giving him. So yeah, he has choices to make. I hope he makes the right choices. We're just waiting now to see what's gonna take place and receive new information, and I was told to rest and just let that be, let that play out, and hold space. Now, the important thing here about the archetypes is that you are not only one archetype. You're not only, for example, myself, I'm not only Aphrodite. We all have other aspects and archetypes that are woven into our DNA, and we're processing those time loops, those things, those lineages, and what took place in the past, in the present moment, in physical interactions, in physical ways, through personal experiences and things like that. And so when you're ready to graduate that specific archetype, or when the agreement is fulfilled, you move to the next archetype. You move to the next agreement that you made before incarnating here. So I am being guided to choose another archetype at the moment, which is basically the Artemis archetype, and is connected to Mary Magdalene and Jesus, Yeshua, and their connection, their thing, to process another thing. And so there are percentages depending on what you've worked through. If you made it above like 65-70%, means you're graduating. Just as Rion said, if you do 51%, this is not like 100% sure that it means you've graduated, because you're like, what if it's 49% and you haven't graduated that archetype? You have to come back again and do it again. Some of us are here to have the last incarnation. We're not coming back here to do the story again, to do this again. Some of us have to graduate this lifetime, and so as hard as it may seem or be, like, we have to make the hard choices and shift the entire thing. So we have the Tower in the physical, and this is a past card. So we went through a situation that the Tower had to break apart so that we can rise from the ashes in the physical. So we're now more in our power when it comes to that. The worst of the journey is over when it comes to that situation, because we had an awakening about the whole process here. So we went through this journey. We had to make choices about this chaotic type of situation with the timelines, because of what happened, and because of that person who is responsible for what took place. And we also had this energetic release because of what happened. We released the pressure of what was going on with everything that took place, and now we are in our power, having physical, mental, and spiritual abundance. And we are asked in the future to use this abundance to create, to lead through our power and through what happened, basically. And we now hold the power to lead with this new moon, to be the high priestess, basically, the multidimensional goddess that is aware of the night and the light. She's sitting in the center. She has awareness of everything. So the oracle cards now: birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So this is connected to the King of Pentacles, birthing new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. We have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So this is what we're doing with the archetype of Aphrodite and Aries and Eros and Adonis and everything that took place. We're breaking the chain. We're hacking the program. And now we have here Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystique, Teacher. Sisterhood of the Rose, all the goddesses, all the sisters coming together and breaking the chain of control, rewriting the future, birthing a new age into being. So this is what is being asked from us as that archetype, to rewrite the future by resting in our power, having awareness of the roots and of the entire tree, and becoming one with Gaia, grounding ourselves into Gaia and resting and feeling the planet, because the planet is also birthing a new era, and we're going through this situation, through this rebirthing as Gaia, because Gaia is also connected to our archetype of Aphrodite. And now in this present moment, we're asked to heal the grief and to heal all the feelings of loss and loneliness that happened through the chaotic thing in the timeline. That we have birthing new age, breaking the chain, and Sisterhood of the Rose. So we have birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being, ancestral patterns healing, rewriting the future. With Beauty and Devotion, and with the Sisterhood of the Rose, the sisterhood of the Aphrodite archetype, we're taking our power back, we're breaking the chain and birthing new age. So how? We're asked to be the High Priestess, to rest and be one with the planet, to heal the grief, and to clear our aura, clear the body, to detox, to align with our power again. Okay, so these two cards came up in the previous reading as well. So we hold physical, mental, and spiritual abundance, and with this abundance we are birthing the new. So this is a new cycle, and we're leading with this abundance that we have to the future. We're birthing a new era. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and if you're interested in a private reading, in a personal reading, visit the link below. If you wish to share anything, share it in the comments or DM me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for being here.